Steam dumps Bitcoin on back of high transaction fees and volatility. The high level of fees and wild swings in the value of Bitcoin have led to its dismissal as a payment option on Valve's Steam game distribution platform. The company said that it may revisit its decision in future, but at the present time it is untenable to support it as a payment option. Download the blockchain guide. You can this executive guide as a PDF, free registration required. Read more. Transaction fees that are charged to the customer by the Bitcoin network have skyrocketed this year, topping out at close to $20 a transaction last week, compared to roughly 20 cents when we initially enabled Bitcoin, Steam said in a blog post. These fees result in unreasonably high costs for purchasing games when paying with Bitcoin. The high transaction fees cause even greater problems when the value of Bitcoin itself drops dramatically. Steam described how the rapid rise and fall of Bitcoin versus the US dollar has impacted users trying to buy games with the cryptocurrency. When checking out on Steam, a customer will transfer X amount of Bitcoin for the cost of the game, plus Y amount of Bitcoin to cover the transaction fee charged by the Bitcoin network, it said. The value of Bitcoin is only guaranteed for a certain period of time, so if the transaction doesn't complete within that window of time, then the amount of Bitcoin needed to cover the transaction can change. If a transaction times out, Steam has previously refunded the user, or asked for further Bitcoin to cover the transaction. However, both cases result in additional fees charged by the network. With the transaction fee being so high right now, it is not feasible to refund or ask the customer to transfer the missing balance, which itself runs the risk of underpayment again, depending on how much the value of Bitcoin changes while the Bitcoin network processes the additional transfer, Steam wrote. At the time of writing, the price of one Bitcoin was just shy of $14,000. 1 year ago, the price was hovering around the $750 mark. The price of the infamous Bitcoin pizza that was purchased for 10,000 Bitcoin in 2010 is now worth over $123 million. Earlier this week, the UK Treasury announced tighter regulation of the cryptocurrency. Treasury said it intends to regulate the digital currency to bring it in line with anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financial legislation. Under the European Union-wide plan, online platforms where Bitcoin is traded will be required to carry out due diligence on customers and report suspicious transactions, with the move designed to end the anonymity of the cryptocurrency. In October, Vietnam banned cryptocurrency payments, with the State Bank of Vietnam declaring that Bitcoin was not a legal payment method from the start of next year. Those caught making cryptocurrency payments face fines of 150 million to 200 million Vietnamese dong, or roughly $6,000 to $9,000. JP Morgan boss Jamie Dimon said in September that Bitcoin is a fraud and only used by criminals in North Korea. Quant Trojan upgrade targets Bitcoin. Cryptocurrency wallets. Popular malware updates have highlighted a growing trend in targeting Bitcoin stashes. WannaCry masterminds get their Bitcoin payday 3 months after attack. Those behind the ransomware have finally made off with their ill-gotten gains. Bitcoin Segwit 2x hard fork suspended without full community support. The fork will not take place. Why more companies will be betting on Bitcoin in 2018. Tech Republic. Many organizations are still reluctant to trust blockchain technology, however others have found good use cases for it apart from Bitcoin. Video: the key differences between the blockchain and Bitcoin. Tech Republic. Bitcoin is a derivative of the blockchain. CEO of Riot Blockchain John O'Rourke explains the important distinctions between